Hey, it's Grammy Antonia. I just wanted to check in and show you kind of what I've been doing today. So, first thing I did probably was to fill up my bird feeders. So they're filled up now. Been working outside most of the day. There's Frank. He always follows me around. Then I picked up a lot of twigs and sticks that were in the yard from all the wind we've had. Hey, Frankie Doodle. Hey, Frankie Doodle. My little tiki torches, I've got two of them. I made sure they were good and straight because the wind had blown them all over the place. One there and one over here. So I like to have them near my picnic table if I ever use it. Then those bird feeders over there. Kind of worked on this just a little bit. Got out some of the weeds and watered it a little bit more. And then, let's see, over here by the house, in this bed right here by the porch, I had some pumpkin seeds, if you'll remember, that came up, pumpkin plants. So I moved those in the back, and I'll show you those in a minute. And then this yucca plant, which grows here at my sidewalk, that's getting ready to bloom. This one's very tall. Anyway, I had some baby ones that were growing. So I dug those up and put them in some water. Didn't get them planted today, but there's 3 of them. And I'm going to plant those, excuse me, and take them to the flea market with me this Saturday because we're going to go back. But they were right here along the front of the sidewalk. So I needed to move them. So I'll get them planted the next day or two. And then the rhododendron that I had, I planted part of it right here. And I'm just hoping this will work. Because if that was to grow, that would be pretty right there, I think. And I had 2 more. So I put one over here by this rock. So that maybe when they weed eat, they won't get it if I can remind them. So have one here across the road. And then I came on back here and I put one at the corner of the house. Right there. So maybe that one will grow. Just time will tell. Fill that fairy bird feeder up. I've got one yucca that's blooming back here. I put a little bit of my vine, and there's a couple of small yuccas back here too that haven't come up good, but just seeing if I can fill that in a little bit. I may put some marigolds or something. I don't know yet. So back here, that's where I put those pumpkin plants. I'll just have to keep an eye on them. They just came up voluntarily, so I'll see what I can do with them back here. May not do nothing, but it might. And this is, right here, is the corn bead plant that I used to make my bead necklaces with. I thought they'd all died, but there's 2 right there together. And right back here is one. And then these are just wildflowers. Here's some more pumpkin plant. Little wildflowers growing. And that one I had to put a piece of wire to hold it. It was so tall. So that's part of what I did today. And then let's see, what else did I do today? I went behind my shed over here and kind of trimmed out some weeds. Day or two the mower will be coming again, but I wanted to, some of this stuff was hanging over, so I just trimmed it back. I've got some little wild roses growing over here. I don't know if you can see them down there off the bank. And there's a few right in there. I can't do much with them, but just let them go. But that's okay. And then this tree, don't know the name of it, but the one that had all the pretty white blooms on it. Blooms are about gone, but I did get out here with the snippers and snip some of that was overhanging. And then on my porch, I'm working on the banisters, trying to get those clean because I hadn't cleaned them, since last summer. They've just been, they're pretty dirty after all winter. But we've had a lot of pollen, so I just kind of letting the pollen die down a little bit. I put up a new yard flag, the one with the frog on it. It's afternoon now. It's about 5 o'clock. Guess I'll walk out my little favorite road a little bit. I thought of another story I could tell you today. I don't know if you saw my video about my work history. Well, I did drive a school bus for a while. And at the same time, I worked at Fontana Village. And I had forgot to tell y'all that also for a short period of time, I worked at Wendy's. It was when they first opened here. And I helped them get started and worked on the weekends, just Saturdays and Sundays. So anyway, it was during that time that I was driving the school bus, working at Fontana Village, and working at Wendy's on Fridays. On Saturdays and Sundays. Well, every now and then I'd have a day off. But I woke up, and the way the light was outside, I thought that it was morning time. And I forget what, I guess I looked at the clock. But anyway, I got up, I hurried and got dressed because I was running behind. And I needed to go get my bus cranked up and get ready to start my school bus route so I could go on over to Fontana. So I go down to the school. We had to keep the buses at the school. I drive down there and I crank up the bus. You're supposed to let it run a little bit and do your safety check. So I did that. Did my safety check. And then I didn't see any of the other bus drivers there. And usually, several were there getting their buses ready to go drive their route. And I thought, what's going on? Did they not have school today? Did I forget? So I got in my car. My daughter lived right in town at the time. So I thought, well, I'll drive down there and see if she knows. So I went down there. And she was outside with my little granddaughter. And at the time, she was just about 3-4 years old. My little granddaughter. Well, She was outside with her, letting her drive her little Barbie Jeep. And I'm thinking to myself, this early in the morning, what is she doing? So I pulled up and I rolled down my window or whatever, and I said, Alana, I said, are they not having school today? And she looked at me so funny. And she said, Mama, it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. And I mean, I thought it was morning time. That's how tired I was. So, I mean, I felt like kicking myself. I had to go back up to the school and turn my bus off. And I just couldn't believe that I frantically running around trying to make sure I got my school bus route going in time to get all the kids and get them to school. And it was in the evening. Oh, gosh. There's the peonies, the rain and the wind and everything. It's just about done those in. There was like 3 of them that were real pretty yesterday. So I snipped them off and took them in the house. I've got them in a little vase in the house. Also, yesterday when my friend and I left the flea market, we went to Walmart to get a few things we needed. I sold a few of my plants, by the way. I'm going to, like I say, I'm going to pot those yucca plants and take 3 of those Saturday. And in here at Walmart, I bought a watermelon. So I've been nibbling on this watermelon. It's not the best, but it's good. It's the first one I've had this season. Got my tea brewing. And like I say, I'm trying to work on these banisters a little bit and clean them up and put some fresh paper down that I've been cutting to fit the banisters. So, that's about it for today. That's what I've been up to. Oh, also last night, one of my teeth broke. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, my tooth was bothering me. Had to get up and take some Tylenol so that it would stop hurting so I could get back to sleep. I have a partial on the top. I just have 3 teeth on the top. So it's one of the teeth that my partial fits to, and there's some metal, and it rubs it every time I take them out and put them in. And I think it just, it'd been, I don't know, several years, and I guess that it finally that tooth just wore out from that metal rubbing it. So I was going to call them this morning and get an appointment and get that fixed. But I had forgot that my dentist closes on Wednesday. So I'll be calling him in the morning to make a dentist appointment and get that took care of, because it's not bothered me today, but I've been real careful with it. And like I said, my friend and I, we're going to try it again and go back to the flea market Saturday. We're pretty sure that we'll do better Saturday because it's full on Saturdays. And it was just like half or a fourth over there Tuesday. So anyway, just checking in with y'all. Please subscribe. Give me thumbs up. Comment. Sure would help me. And pretty soon, I wanted to tell you, I'm going to check on getting a post office box so that you can maybe write me sometimes and, let me know a little bit about yourself or whatever. It would be nice to hear from some of you. So have a good evening. Love you bunches, and talk to you tomorrow and Friday. And then Saturday we'll be at the flea market again. And I'm going to try to make an even better video. I think the one I made turned out pretty good. But anyway, love you all. Bye.